Boston Pizza harnessed Fanalytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh, making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
Territory. Oilers, Golden Knights, just a couple hours away. Let's get into it with the lead. There we go, Aaron. There we go. Ready to roll live from our hotel room in Las Vegas. Hotel versions of the show, always a little bit unhinged.
Oh, well, a little unhinged. We have a beautiful view, actually. We're staying at the Excalibur, but we're facing the New York side.
You can see the arena a little bit.
So, like, my eyes show a beautiful backdrop, but we couldn't get it to work with the camera. So yeah. I had to spend an hour, literally,
easily an hour,
to try to get this flag to stay on this TV behind us.
Yep. But we made it work. We're going to make the show work. Yes, we're live a little bit later than usual, 4 hours later than usual. But for the rest of the week, we will be live at noon Mountain Time again. Welcome in. It's a Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day edition of the show, live on the Oilersnation YouTube, where Owen chimed in. He got the first comment of the day, Jay, and he said in all caps, "Yes, I'm finally first. Let's go. Let's go Oilers. Golden Knights suck." I love the passion. Everyone dropping in a big "Let's go Oilers" in the chat. A ton of you already making your presence known in the comments section. It's going to be a good Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day. Before we get into things, though, got to give some love to our friends at AMA Travel. The NHL has been doing its best to throw us curveballs and make life as difficult as possible to get down here and watch the Oilers take on the Golden Knights. AMA came through, though.
Well, this is why we talk about AMA so much. Yeah. This curveball got thrown. A lot of people's lives kind of got put in a tizzy trying to navigate how to rebook everything and move things around. All we had to do was just let AMA know we needed to move things because of the schedule change, and boom, they handled it for us. So very low key for us to manage all this, and that's because we deal with the experts at AMA Travel. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah, I like that everyone's just dropping in "Let's go Oilers" in the chat as well.
It's
like,
why not? Game one, round two. Let's go, baby.
The Wi-Fi here, spotty potentially. I know some of you are complaining about a bit of a lag. I'm watching it on my phone, though, and it doesn't look too bad. We're going to roll along with a normal order of operations on the show, and that means our boy Liam, who is holding down the fort at the Dustin Penner Studios in Sherwood Park. Liam, what's up? How are you feeling ahead of game one?
I'm good. I heard it's warmer in Edmonton than it is Vegas, so it's vibes are good here at, what did you call it? Penner Studios?
Yeah, the Dustin Penner Studios. I don't know. We're live in the Sports Closet studio, which we've once again taken on the road. Shout out to sportscloset.ca. Liam, I know you're not rocking that Penner jersey to the Oilers watch party tonight at Greta because you have a fresh Evander Kane jersey from our friends at the Sports Closet. But anyways, Oilers Golden Knights. I've been confident all week, and you know that. As we get closer to game time, Liam, nerves or confidence? Which side of that spectrum are you on? Both?
I'm feeling very confident about the Oilers. I feel like they've got good mojo going into this one. I know the Golden Knights won 4 in a row as well against Winnipeg, but we had a tougher opponent and won 3 in a row, so I'm feeling good about them tonight.
The Jets, as we're finding out by the second, are a bit of a dumpster fire. Yes. So it is no surprise that Vegas handily dealt with them. We had the tougher matchup. We knew that going in. We talked about this. We did it better than ever before this, but like 2 Selke caliber centers smothering our top performers.
Vegas
Connor
has
only getting 10 points.
Vegas has 0 Selke caliber centers.
0. So I feel like a guy like Connor is going to go supernova and, put some points in the board. They did a good job shutting him down. But that's the funny thing. Shutting down Connor is only letting him get 10 points. Like, that's the hilarious thing.
So, like, what's him going off in this series against Vegas? 15 points, right, Liam? Like, it's crazy.
Well, you think it's going to be a sweep. So what's that?
12 points in 4 games? That's my pick.
I think he'll get 11 points. That's my target for Connor David. And I said 5 games, so I think he'll get. I said 5.
Our pal Captain Felton is in the chat. Shout out to Captain Felton. Last time we were in Vegas, remember, he made the impromptu trip down. I don't think he's doing that. There are rumors swirling he may be in Yeg for games 3 and 4.
I can confirm that.
Okay. We are confirming from the news desk of Oilers Nation every day.
The Nation insider, Jay Downton over here. Yes, my source is the captain himself, who texted me saying I'm going to be in town for games 3 and 4. Now, question, did he say I might be in town or I will be in town? That's
We'll
for
let
me to
him
find
answer
out later. Yeah.
BM is in the chat and sitting right next to me in our hotel room.
I'm here.
Confidence, nerves. Where are you sitting?
Both. I
Yeah.
feel good, but it's also game one. You're excited, you're antsy, you're nervous. I'm ready to go. I feel like the Oilers are going to be ready to go as well, but of course you're nervous. It's the second round.
If you don't feel nervous, I think that's a problem. Like if you,
Probably.
it's like if you go to like do public speaking or something like that, and you go and be like, "Oh, I got this," and I feel
That's
confident.
my mindset.
You are gonna lay in it. You don't ever feel nerves. Nope. You're like, I'm gonna go and slay.
Yep.
If you were
Never feel
standing in front of a
nerves.
room full of people, like 2,000 people, and you had to do like a keynote speech, you would just be like, fuck it, let's go.
Murder it like the Oilers are going to murder the Golden Knights.
Really?
Yep.
I like this confidence. Okay.
Egan says get bagged milk on the screen. Not allowed in the contracts. But no, like I am. And listen, I got a piece up at Oilers Nation right now outlining some key matchups for this thing. And the big three for me, it's McDavid versus that top pairing on the Golden Knights, Martinez and Pietrangelo. And Connor McDavid has played that duo relatively well. Like they haven't done a great job of shutting him down. Like Vlad Gavrikov was giving McDavid nothing. McDavid scores like every 15 minutes he's on the ice against Alex Pietrangelo. The second one, special teams, clearly sloped in the Oilers' favor. All-time best power play, Golden Knights penalty kill, struggled. It was real bad down the stretch and real bad against Winnipeg. And the third one was the depth. And I think when you look at the depth of this team, there's no reason to be confident that they can't win their battle as well. So there's just, I don't know, plenty of reasons I think to like where there was that, but they got to bring it. And this is a team that we've seen at points get a little bit too confident, start to stray away from the things that work, and we know how that usually goes.
We can't say play down to the competition because we're talking about the Pacific Division leaders. Like they won the division, the regular season champs.
Yeah.
So like it's not playing down the competition, but like I know, like I feel it. I feel what you feel too, but I just Vegas is pesky and they just find a way.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you know, you think I'm a fanboy of Mark Stone's, but he is a factor for that team. The team lives on that guy's back. So if he can perform, they will follow suit with him. So I just feel like we have to be prepared for this to be a 6 to 7 game series.
For sure.
But, you know, try to close it out much sooner. But like we have to show some respect. I think LA is a much tougher matchup for us. I do think they totally were than Vegas, but still, that doesn't mean anything. This to me is going to be a completely different style of series, and we need to make sure that we play the right style of game, which is just actually the normal Oilers style. I don't think I have to make any adjustments to try to do some business down here in Vegas.
I like this question. It's an interesting topic from Matthew in the chat who says, do you guys think the Oilers are a little tired from being on the road since the end of Game 6 and maybe have some rust in their joints? So,
no.
Yeah, so my answer to that is, again, we talked about Connor McDavid getting shut down by Danault and Kopitar. The Golden Knights don't have Danault and Kopitar. There's also been the speculation that Connor McDavid may be dealing with a bit of an injury. Okay, he's now played once in his last 6-7 days.
Yeah.
McDavid's had plenty of time to rest. And also, like, these guys aren't rolling 4 deep in a Best Western on the side of the highway. They're living pretty good when they're on the road. They're relaxing.
Yeah.
They're at the beach. They've been using the LA Kings practice facility in El Segundo. They actually didn't fly to Vegas until today, I believe.
No, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday,
Yeah.
late yesterday or whatever. So, again, they've had plenty of chances to rest. Liam, I think the idea of any rust for this Oilers team, I don't buy it. And if you think there's going to be rust for the Oilers, then you would say there's rust for Vegas too.
100%.
Yeah, Vegas has been off longer than the Oilers. I actually think it's a lot different than the regular season. Like we talk about goaltending, for example, like guys aren't playing for 10 days or something like that, like Campbell went through this year. But like when you're in the playoffs, it's more beneficial to have more days off because then everyone's banged up, right? Like Evander Kane, has he taken a morning skate since the playoffs began? I think it's just beneficial to not be on the ices like that and playing games.
I totally agree. I think they managed it properly because if they had to do the travel back, like that's a day gone, right? A day of like good rest, good rejuvenation, you know, healing. Like you lose that with that travel day. So for them to actually stay down here and just kind of chill and also get their reps in, like they had access to ice, they used the practice facility, they didn't skip a step. Like I think they played this right to give them the best chance to have a really good game one.
And boys get to do a little bonding, a lot of team meals. They get to just, you know,
away
set
from
the tone.
distractions.
Come on.
Like, you know, we're passionate. Like we're gonna distract the others if we see them out in the town because we're so excited. So I'm glad, like, just go recharge, mentally recharge, just kind of like stay together as a team, do things as a team. Because once again, like it's it's obviously it's a skill and effort thing, but it's like the team that's willing to play for one another the hardest is the ones that really have the best chance of success. So I think how they played this was perfect.
Ryan Spotkowski's in the chat, or Spatowski is in the chat, I should say. I like how the team stayed in Cali for a week to practice. Stay away from the distractions. I am with ya. What else we got? Pradneski. Can Mark Stone even put on a backpack, let alone carry a team? Oh, well, that's an interesting question.
How did he do in round one?
Yeah, I mean, he was good, but again, I think the quality of competition there is an interesting point. I'm really interested. Another key matchup, key battleground is going to be the goaltending thing, right? Like Laurent Brossoit was great in that first round. He's been great for them this season, but he's only played like 15 games this year. You can see the save percentages. He's better than Skinner in every one of these three categories. But Liam, I think Stuart Skinner is a guy who, one, was nails in the last 10 games of the season, and also I think he now knows a bit more about what playoff hockey is like. I don't. Liam. We may have. Oh, there he is. Liam, you there?
Are you there? I thought I lost you.
Yeah.
You were asking me about Skinner and Brossoit, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just answer it. Yeah, I think Skinner is the better goaltender in this matchup. He didn't really show it in the first round, no. But to be fair, like he got his big mistakes out of the way. Like we saw Mike Smith's massive mistake in what was that, game 4 of the series against Calgary last year. So hopefully that's just kind of a turning point in a way for Stuart Skinner. But you'd like to see him steal a game as well. But in this series, I just don't see that being a case where the others are going to need Stuart Skinner in that way, right? Because the others, I think, are going to be able to outscore the problems on most nights when they play the Golden Knights. Where they play the Kings, it's a much more tighter game, right? I just see it being a lot more loose, and the Oilers maybe not having to rely on goaltending, and the same thing with Brossoit too, perhaps.
It's funny we say it's a tighter game against the Kings, but we like every game like hit the over except for one.
Yeah. But that makes me feel like the over is a lock every game in this series. Like I think we could just see goals galore.
Or it's like we just like outscore them and they don't score at all.
Yeah, like that too. BM, how do you feel about Skinner heading into this series?
I think he needs to be better, but I bet he would probably say that too. I don't think he was terrible by any means, but I think that if you get down the stretch, Stu, the guy that was dialed in and locked in for the last 10 games, that's what we need. That's what I want. But I feel fine with Stu. The thing I like about him, and we talked about it before we started recording, was in game 6 when he allowed that 4th goal to Deneau when his stick broke. He was calm.
You made that
he
point
didn't collapse.
Yeah. And his team also knew it too, right? Like no one let it affect them. Like it's like it was a broken stick. Like you saw Vinny saying, "Hey man, don't worry, we got this." Like, and then he still held in, and the team, came to his defense and got that important goal. I want to go back though to the first series, and I know we've said praise, but just we're talking about Skinner, but like we cannot forget the impact Jack Campbell had in that series. We cannot do that.
May have saved it, to be honest.
That's top on Arvidsson, man.
It's the mentality, right? Like we were the better team, but we were beating ourselves, and that game obviously did not start right. And this series could have gone off the rails, and they probably could have had the mental momentum to kind of maybe close it out. So, Jack, man, like you're rusty. Like you're not playing much. And
not Rusty, the reckless optimist. Who's you're straight up rusty.
And you came in and you did us all a solid, dude. So I'm not gonna forget that.
I think Christopher Palmer here makes a good point to end the chat. I just hope Vegas's forecheck doesn't get to us, because they're going to be obviously way more aggressive than doing nothing at all.
Yeah, and that's where I worry about maybe some of the guys on the Oilers, defensemen, I should say, who struggle in the foot speed department. I worry about Cody Cece's ability to survive this series and give you meaningful minutes. I worry about Vinny Desharnais' ability to give you meaningful minutes and survive this series as well.
Say it.
What?
Also got to worry about Bush in those situations.
Yeah, but he's been actually looking. He looked good against LA.
Well, but because there wasn't much pressure, like I just like you can pressure Bush. So just Bush, because Bush is like one of his greatest talents, and also his greatest faults can be his patience.
Yeah.
So if there's high pressure,
he lives and dies by that sword.
But you know what? The Vikings right beside him, so that's what's there to kind of help mitigate that.
Shout out to Big Viking Daddy.
And you are rocking that Ekholm jersey. You only packed the one.
Only packed the one.
I love it.
Only need the one.
I'm rocking my nice royal blue from our friends at the Sports Closet. We are going to give away some nation gear in just a second when we get to our giant keys to victory. But first, let's get to our lineup report. And today it is brought to you by our friends at Star Mechanical. You can check them out online at starmechanical.ca. The Oilers forward lines, we don't know exactly how this team is going to roll out for this hockey game, but we can speculate. And I'd argue that's just as much fun.
More fun, some would say.
Matthias Janmark might be ready to go tonight.
Revenge tour?
Potentially.
Yes.
He looked good when watched those in Golden
He
Knights.
led the charge.
He did. Scored that goal early, and the Oilers didn't look back. So I think you want to get that guy in the lineup. I think you probably take Philip Broberg out to do it, and you go with the more traditional 12 and 6. But here's my thing. I want to find a way to keep Ryan McLeod, Klim Kostin, and Kyler Yamamoto together because I think that trio can be really damn impactful. Woodcroft trusted them late in Game 6 against the LA Kings. They that decision paid off, is what I'm trying to say. I want to keep those three together. So then how do you divvy up the rest of the forward group? And I'm glancing here at what we have up on the screen for everyone, but how do you divvy up the rest of this forward group?
Vinny Desharnais playing up front.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's just the 11-7 thing coming through on DFO. But McDavid, Draisaitl. This is sort of question one for, I guess, everyone here. We'll go around the horn. Liam, I'll start with you. McDavid, Draisaitl, together or separate to start?
Separate, because then you can go with the McLeod thing, like you said, and put Bukestad on the third line.
Jay?
Man. So I want to go back to my statement. When I say free clean, I mean give him more minutes.
Yep. 2 goals in 8.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's efficient work. You should split them up because they don't have the center counterpunch that LA did. But like, man, McDavid, Kane, and Draisaitl as a line is
hard to stop.
It's like,
and if LA or if Vegas doesn't have a shutdown line like LA,
I know, like
they could take over.
Very tempting, and now we're in a position with the team makeup that we can support it without watering anything down, right? Like, the three lines behind them can contribute still.
Everyone in the chat so far that's chimed in, Egan, Crazy Cat, Ravina, they're all saying Alex Neil, split them up, split them up, split them up. What do you do, BM?
Ideally, I'd split them up. I think that is going to be a bigger problem for Vegas if you got Connor McDavid coming over the boards on one shift, then Leon coming over the boards on the next shift. Put them back together if you need it, but I wouldn't start with the nuclear deterrent. I'd kind of split them up. They had success with it all season. Let's just go back to that. It works.
So hear me out. This is my Jay Woodcroft hat firmly on proposed lineup for tonight.
He doesn't wear a hat.
I know. I'm not a big hat guy, but I'm wearing a Jay Woodcroft hat.
Okay.
McDavid, Kane on the right, Nuge on the left, Draisaitl, Hyman, Fogle, a couple bangers with Leon. Why not? Then I'm going McLeod, Kostin, Yamo, and then I'm going Bukestad with Ryan and Janmark.
I don't hate it.
But
Bukestad, Ryan, and Janmark is maybe like, but I think you can trust all four of those lines.
Fogle and Dry is will be frustrating for Dry.
They've had good games so far this year.
Because Fogle likes to kind of carry his line a bit with the puck.
He does like to, be a bit
So and Hyman also likes to carry the puck, and Dry loves to carry the puck.
Yeah, but Draisaitl's also used to playing with McDavid, where he can succeed without.
Why not put Kostin?
Quit kicking the camera.
I know, but you know me.
I literally said before the show, you're sitting with your feet in between the tripod, and I'm like, don't kick the camera.
When I start talking about clean, I get very animated.
Yeah.
Like, the guy can shoot the goddamn puck.
It's funny to see the YouTube feed is on delay a little bit from being here live in the room and just seeing the camera go. Wow, wow.
That was me, folks. That was me talking about clean.
So, anyways, I'm totally distracted now, but you don't like my proposed lines because
I'm not wearing any pants, Tyler?
That's actually, I didn't know if you wanted to bring that up. You're doing the show pantsless.
I'm going full Anchorman.
I am fully clothed. Bag Milk is as well. One man in this room is not. Man to my right.
Well, I got my game day pants sitting there, getting ready. Drying.
Quaddy said, where did Tyler put Nuge? I put him up on the first line. Nuge, McDavid, Kane, Fogle, Dry, Hyman, McLeod with Yamo and Kostin, Bukestad centering, Derek Ryan and Matthias Janmark. So you're flipping one winger off to his offside there a little bit. That's the way I would roll with it tonight. Poke holes in it if you want, but I think that's okay.
It's a good problem.
It's a good problem when you have a lot of
options. We're not trying to solve a puzzle here. Like, it's going to work, but
Woody has a ton of plays.
Yeah, so Woody's got some work to do. And, it's a very fluid situation, as we all know.
Yep. Rusty agrees. He says he doesn't want to split up Yamo and Costin. They should be together. They belong together. Crazy Kraka said Costin with Leon is chef's kiss. Now, that's something we haven't seen. Like, we
saw
got
it in game 2
in spurts. Yeah, like they did it when they were doing the 11-7, but we haven't seen Klim Costin get like a full-on look in the top 6. Liam, is that too much of a good thing, Like, is more minutes for Costin maybe just going to expose some of the flaws in his game?
Well, you would probably double his minutes, which would, I would imagine it doesn't go great for every single minute of it. I don't know. It just seems like a lot to elevate a guy who was literally sat out game 3, or was it game 4? Sat on the bench for all of it. Like, I think you could increase his minutes to maybe like 11 or 12, but I wouldn't bring it up to like 16, 17, maybe. Maybe that's a bit too high. Well, 14, whatever.
Well, maybe you blend it up though, right? Like maybe it's Costin just gets rotated in and maybe has like 4 minutes with Dry. Just also like just to see.
So our guy Brad Bay is watching. He said he's doing some yard work while he's got the show on. He says you go Nugent Kane as a duo, Hyman and Fogel as a duo, Yamo and Costin as a duo, and Bukestad with McLeod as a duo, and you run the big 2 every second shift between those groups. I mean, that's a lot. I think if it's game 7, maybe you do that.
We're down 3-0 in a series. You do that.
Yeah, that's our season's on the line kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see. I mean, we really won't know until closer to puck drop. When we get to warm-ups and we see the line rushes, that'll give us a better idea of what the Oilers are doing. Potential lineups for the Vegas Golden Knights over on Daily Faceoff. They have Jack Eichel on the top line with Jonathan Marchessault and Ivan Barbashev, Chandler Stevenson with Mark Stone and Brett Howden, William Karlsson with Riley Smith and Mike Amadio, Nicholas Waugh with Keegan Colasar and William Carey. A pretty decent forward group there, I would say. A couple of spots where you go like, oh, really? Like, again, I don't think they're quite as deep. The high-end skill's not there.
The effort's there, though.
But, yeah, they got guys that'll work hard, and they'll make life difficult on you. The D pairings are Martinez with Petrangelo, McNabb with Theodore, and Nick Hague with Zach Whitecloud. And obviously, the starting goalie matchup is Skinner v. Brossois between the pipes. I'm also interested to see how Bruce Cassidy, first-year head coach of the Vegas Golden Knights, handles his D pairings when it comes to McDavid and Draisaitl as well. Does he have a preference? Maybe in game 1, he just wants to expose kind of all of his D-men to those two, so that when the series flips back to home ice, there's no one who's shell-shocked that Woodcroft's trying to take advantage of, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Be interesting.
Yep.
Tomorrow on the show, we'll be breaking everything down from game 1 with our pal Sean Bell, and that will be courtesy of Star Mechanical. But we are on the road, and it's all brought to you by AMA Travel. If you head to amatravel.ca/dreams, you can fill out a little quiz. It spits out a bunch of holidays at you, and there you go. Let's get into...
Does all the thinking for you.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They take care of everything.
Let's get into some numbers brought to you by our friends at Boston Pizza and their new Fanalytics-inspired menu. Appy Trio, deep fried shrimp, beer mosa, pizza flights.
Stop it.
I am so hungry right now.
So hungry.
All I've had to eat today is 3 little waffles at the Calgary airport. I'm losing it.
Yeah,
I'm
my
angry.
avocado toast has gone a long time ago.
Yeah, that came and went in quite a hurry. Season series between the Oilers and Golden Knights was won by the Edmonton Oilers. They racked up a couple of wins. They got one in overtime. They beat them late in the year, had the one OTL. Do you read anything into that stat line there brought to you by Boston Pizza?
Well, in the 3 losses the Vegas Golden Knights had against us, Mark Stone was not in the lineup.
So that's your game changer.
That's the denominator to think about. You got to think about it.
Oilers led the league in goals this year, 3.96, 6th in the league in shots on goal. And how about this? 5-on-5 from March 1st on the Golden Knights, 28th in the league in shots against per 60. Do you buy anything into the season series, BM, or do you say, hey, it's the playoffs, it's totally different?
It's a different animal, like, and they make and playing a team that many times in a row, it allows you to make adjustments from game to game. So it matters to a point. It shows the Oilers that they can beat Vegas, but it's a different animal.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Pradneski says the watch party is going to be buzzing tonight. Bring on the Knights. Yes, down at Greta, it is going to be absolutely rocking. So if you're downtown, you want somewhere to watch the game, our boy Aaron is going to be hosting. Go hit up our watch party at Greta. Every single road game, we're hitting them up and throwing a pretty sweet party. That elimination game on Saturday, That was a top tier night.
It was electric in there.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was unreal.
Short for Giant Game Day edition of the show. So let's give our keys to victory. You are rocking a nice ON Oil Up playoff tee. A nice design on the back that you won't show us because you are not wearing pants right now, and I don't want you standing up and turning around.
I'm a seasoned anchorman.
Yeah. But we're going to give away one of these bad boys to someone who can drop the best Sherwood Ford Giant Key to Victory in the chat right now. So drop it in the chat. We'll do a draw in just a second. Liam, you're holding down the fort back home. Give me your Sherwood Ford Giant Key to Victory for tonight.
My key to victory for tonight is pedal to the floor. There was a couple of times in the LA series where they were great in the first period and let off for the second and third. They got to maintain the pressure for 60 minutes, or at least most of the 60.
I like that. For me, it's going to be a hot start. Vegas only blew like 3 games this year when they led after 2 periods. They are very good at protecting the lead. Don't give them a chance to protect a lead. Get out, hit them early, hit them often, get on the score sheet, rattle Laurent Brossoit, get to the Golden Knights early. I know it's cliche. I know we talk about it a lot with this hockey team, but if they come out of the gates strong, gives them that little bit of leeway throughout the game like we saw in that game against LA. You don't want to be like, oh man, now we got time or space to make mistakes. But this team has shown they kind of make them. So get off to a good start, get an early lead, establish your game. Again, if you come out of the gates hot and Vegas goes, okay, let's run and gun and try to catch up, they're playing right into your hand, right? Dictate the game, get off to a good start. That is my Sherwood Ford Giant Key to Victory. Jay, what do you got?
Well, the Vegas Golden Knights are the least penalized team in the league. So our power play opportunities are going to be limited. So we need to play hard, but play hard between the whistles and avoid any of that after-curricular activities unless it's initiated by the Golden Knights. I want us to be extremely physical. I want us to dictate that style of the game. But we have to know that Vegas is good at not taking penalties, not good at retaliating. And so we have to be prepared to not have that many power play opportunities. You know, it was one of the big shining stars of the first round for us. We were above 50% on the power play, which is insane. But, you know, we're not going to have 4 or 5 a game. We're going to have 2. So play hard between the whistles, avoid taking penalties, and just capitalize when we do get that 1 or 2 power plays per game.
Brad Bay, every hit is an investment. Make them count often. Almost 400 of you watching on the Oilers Nation YouTube. You can't win the shirt if you don't hit the like button. So hammer that like button if you're watching on YouTube. BM, Short for Giant Key to Victory.
Hit hard, hit often. You've got a guy in Mark Stone who right now he's banged up. We've seen the video of it. Make sure your hits are clean. But if you've got an opportunity to nail him, you got to do it.
Yep.
And that doesn't just go for Mark Stone. It goes for everybody on the Vegas roster. They are not a big hockey club.
No.
And I think that the Oilers are going to have an opportunity to bully them a little bit, provided that they hit hard, hit often, make it clean.
Calculated.
Every single time you get a chance.
How about this one from Odin for a key to victory? His ID finally came in, so he can come to the watch party at Greta. Shout out to Egan, who says he's going as well. Your keys to victory. Let's put some of these in a draw. Brad says keys to victory. Stu steals us a game. Adam Marsh says play their game. Confidence for Desharnais. Come out hot and ready. JR, draw as many penalties as possible. Let that power play unit destroy. I like that one from JR because Vegas doesn't take penalties. Least penalized team throughout the regular season, only 2.4 times shorthanded per game in round 1 against the Winnipeg Jets. You need to try force Vegas to take some trips to the box so your power play can do its thing. Chris Walkling, our pal, says don't beat yourself. Seth Van Berkel says Woody outclassing Bruce Cassidy. I mean, Woody was the better coach in round 1, I think. You look back at the way the Oilers kind of picked apart that 1-3-1. Liam, that was something Sean Bell pointed out to us and went into detail on the show about how Woodcroft and the Oilers picked apart the 1-3-1. It's kind of neat that Oilers fans should have a lot of confidence that they have the better coach in any given series.
Yeah, definitely. And it's wild to say considering this is only his 2nd season in the NHL, but wasn't there that stat too that he's the first Oilers coach to win back-to-back playoff series in back-to-back seasons, something since the 90s? So in Woody we trust. I believe they can beat any team and play any style any night.
Our guy Mandeep from down in Calgary is watching the show.
Hey,
and he says
Mandeep.
Connor McDavid is going to carry us to victory tonight. I like that key to victory. Alex Neal says key to victory, bang the Knights around. Don't let up. Capitalize on chances. Expose Brossoit. I love that. Another Alex is in with a different key to game. Bring your A game, not your B game. We really haven't seen 60 minutes of the Oilers A game once so far in this playoff run. That right there is something I would absolutely love to see. Ravina says, get a great start. Don't look back. Play the full 60 minutes. I'm going to do a draw here while we talk about that. But playing a full 60, I'd love to see this team hit the level that they were at late in the season.
When it happens, because we had some crazy spurts against the Kings. And also, just to go back to Vinny Desharnais, dude, man, we all believe in you. Just, simplify it just a little bit. That's it. Like, you're a big body who's a good PKer and your physical presence, and you can open up some space and remove guys from the puck. But, unlike Bouchard, patience probably isn't something you should deploy.
Yeah.
I would also say one thing that make life difficult for Brossoit too.
Yes.
Like the Oilers are not going to get the power play chances that we probably hope they do. So it's important that they score on 5-on-5, get traffic there, get greasy, hack away.
Face goals.
This is like the kind of a face goal if you're feeling frisky. But this is the kind of series where Zach Hyman can put a stamp on the series by getting in Brossoit's kitchen.
Yes.
The winner of the shirt is Adam Marsh, who was in nice and early with his key to victory. So, Adam, shoot me an email, Tyler@Oilersnation.com. His key to victory was play their game, confidence for Vinny, come out hot and ready. Email me, Tyler@Oilersnation.com. Tell me you're the winner, and I'll get your info and get you some fresh
I just
Nation.
email you randomly and say I won?
I won.
But I know it has to be someone named Adam Marsh.
I could form a new email account.
Don't be fraudulent.
You could also send Tyler pictures of your feet if you're
preferably
feeling frisky.
No. Let's get
or
to
poop shoes.
Let's get to our game day bets. Aaron, hit that button. Game day bets brought to you by Betway 19+. Please play responsibly. I can't wait to throw a little money on the Oilers to win game one here. We have a lot. We have our game day big bets challenge, which I'm just looking at right now. Liam is leading the way so far in the challenge. So Liam, you have honors. You're going first. What do you like?
Despite all the conversations about Vegas not taking penalties, I am going with a power play goal in the first period at +125 because it's the Edmonton Oilers and they shot 57% against the who'd they play? The LA Queens or whatever they're called. So I'm going with a power play goal.
Zing.
I'm going Oilers money line McDavid 2+ points. This is quickly becoming my favorite bet to make right now. He's starting to hit it a little bit. He's going into an easier matchup. I think the Oilers win. I think Connor does his thing. I think the Oilers, I like this bet, +140, courtesy of our friends at Betway. Give it to me. Jay, what do you like?
Connor is like, this matchup for Connor is nice. We're going to see a lot from him this series for sure. But sorry, I got distracted by Bagmouth. It was kind of funny.
Just sitting there.
Well, but he was kind of leaning because I thought you were like expecting me to drop something.
No, I'm just having back issues. I'm the Mark Stone of this live broadcast.
Yes. Well, we've been very ginger with Bagmouth. There's been no cross checks or anything like that. We're trying to keep him healthy. For me, it is Oilers money line over 5.5 goals. I feel like it's going to be kind of track meaty. But I think Skinner's going to make some big saves and keep it, lower scoring for goals against for us. But, my goal prediction or score prediction somewhere in like the 5-2, 5-3 range. So, but I should bet over 6.5 if that's the case. So, it's playoffs, so being safe. Oilers money line over 5.5.
BM, your face isn't on the graphic, but we'll let you play along. What do you like tonight?
Nuge to score anytime goal +200. Let's go.
Let's go.
Do you know Nuge led the Oilers in points against the Golden Knights this season with 9 in 4 games?
The table is set, Liam. Let's go.
Liam, you tease. You're just teeing us up to go heavy on Nuge over 1.5 points as well. Crazy Oilers money line plus a Nuge power play goal. I dig it. Everyone's dropping in bananas to congratulate Liam on being first. Matthew says, Tyler, auction off the poop shoes. No, I will not auction off the poop shoes. People trying to manifest a Vinny Desharnais hat trick.
You want to know why? Because he's still wearing them.
No, these are not the poop shoes.
Poop shoes came to Vegas.
Have you thrown them out?
No, I'm going to wash them.
So are they your red shoes that aren't red?
No, that would.
Those are the shoes that did come though.
That'd be the maroon.
I'm rocking
shoes.
the red ones. Look at that. Clean from poop, everybody.
Noted red.
There is something on the bottom, actually.
Yeah.
What was it?
Poop.
No, it wasn't
poop shoes.
Come on, enough of the poop shoes talk. This is a serious broadcast.
I'm not wearing pants, Tyler.
That's a great point. Tremendous point. So on that note, we'll wrap it up because I desperately need some food for the second time today. Liam, you enjoy the game, all right?
Yep, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Aaron, you absolutely slay that watch party, my good man. I know you are watching along right now and doing a hell of a job producing this bad boy. Back from the Sports Closet studio, Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day, live in Vegas for our friends at AMA Travel, and a big shout out to Betway, Boston Pizza, Greta, where the party's happening tonight, and Star Mechanical. We are back normal time tomorrow, noon Mountain Time, to break down what we believe will be an Oilers victory. Enjoy the game. We'll talk tomorrow.
Let's go, Oilers.